This Navy federal credit hack is so good, it should be illegal. It is wonderful for boosting your credit if you do it wisely. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. So let's hop right in. Hey everyone, it's me, Jazzy Mac. Before we get started, I would sincerely appreciate it if you give me a like and a subscribe to show your appreciation in advance for this wonderful information that I probably should not even be telling you. And no, this video isn't even sponsored by Navy Federal, but Navy, if you want to do some stuff because I'm putting this good information out here, then hit your girl up. Now, as you all know, I've done a previous video about Navy Federal where we talked about the $10,000 credit card hack, where you basically get this $10,000 credit limit by applying after 11 p.m. In your local time zone. And so many of you came back and said, Jazzy, not only did I get approved, but I got 20,000. I got 25,000. I actually saw someone that got 55,000. Now imagine if you don't use the credit card, like if you get approved for that much, imagine what that does to your credit. You now have this high credit limit with a zero balance, and your utilization rate is going to go low, which makes your credit score go high. So this is why we love to do these types of hacks. But I want to give you some background information when it comes to this Navy Federal Pledge Loan, who qualifies, who would be an ideal person that could do this, and who should probably not try this. Now, when it comes to Navy Federal, in order for you to get an account, you do have to either be prior military or government, or, have worked at the Pentagon or something like that. You can be current service or prior service when it comes to military affiliation. You do not have to only be affiliated with Navy. If you're not affiliated with the military or the armed forces or the government, you can get a Navy Federal account if you have some sort of referral, either through a spouse, or if your parent served in the military, or if someone in your household, such as a brother or sister, served in the military. So a lot of people say, well, Jazzy, if I have bad credit, should I do this? Well, that depends. Navy Federal is one of those institutions that are they're a lot more lenient. They're a lot nicer. They're not as stringent when it comes to credit check requirements. Now, they do still check your credit. But a trick that you can use is going to the Navy Federal website or in the app and doing the pre-approval process, which is just a really quick 60-second application that shows you, it does a soft inquiry, which means it doesn't lower your score. When you do the pre-approval, it will show you how much you're eligible for if you're applying for the cash rewards card, or if you're applying for a different type of loan. I would recommend doing that first. Now, if you do the pre-approval and you're denied, or it says that they can't approve you, I would not go and proceed with the actual application. I would understand why it's saying that I can't be approved at this time, or if there are any things it's saying high credit utilization or too many recently opened accounts. I would understand and address those things that they put in my little decision letter before applying for anything. So you can do the pre-approval if you're unsure about where you stand. But for those of you that do have the current Navy Federal account and you know that you're in decent standing, if you say, well, I currently have a 620 credit score, I want to get it to over a 700, how can I do that? By utilizing a Navy Federal pledge loan. Now, the numbers in credit score increases are going to vary over time according to your payment history and how responsible you are with, these accounts. So here's the hack. You would take any amount, let's say between $1,000 or up to $10,000. Just say for purposes of this video, you deposit $1,000 into a savings account. You then apply for the Navy Federal Pledge Loan, which You are essentially borrowing money from yourself, which is why it's called the pledge loan. You're pledging the money, and you have the amount that's in that savings account. That is going to be the amount that is equal to the loan amount. Now, the smartest thing for you to do is when you apply for that loan and you're approved, go ahead and pay down 90% of it. I'm talking about within a couple of days of getting approved for it. Pay it down, because you don't want to be tempted to like spend it and have this lingering balance out there. The balance that you're left with is going to be 10% of whatever you deposited. What's great is that this gets reported to the credit bureaus. And at the time of this recording, if you have a current account with Navy, if you do business with them, generally they don't do a credit check. If you already have like credit cards with them, or if you already have checking accounts, but still check, because things change. But that's one of the things they reported to the credit bureaus. And usually people see within 30 to 60 days, they've got this high limit account with a very low balance. And they see over the next 30 to 60 days where their credit score increases kind of rapidly, because now you have a new type of account that's reporting, and you've got something with very low utilization. Those are all things that help your score. And of course, the payment history starts to report. And you can keep, that 10% balance that you've had. You can pay that off over the next few months just to keep the account open. Now, some people take these loans and they kind of recycle it just to keep the loan itself open so that it can continue to report. But I don't think that's something that you should be doing more than for a few months, because once you see that credit score shoot up, and once you've got that perfect payment history starting to report, you just want to make sure that you're operating responsibly and that you are not just going out here getting all these different loans from different companies, because there is a such thing as having too many loans. So I would just keep it with my one Navy Federal loan and maybe my one credit card, so that I can have a positive mixture of accounts, because mixture of accounts is also how your credit score is partially calculated. And that's it. That is the hack. This is, again, for people with current Navy Federal accounts. If you've ever had a credit card, if you've ever had any type of loans with Navy Federal, this is for those people that are in good standing with Navy Federal. I cannot guarantee how this is going to work out for people that are credit challenged, meaning that you have less than a 620, or for people that say, well, I don't have a Navy Federal account and I'm enrolling as a very new customer. Sometimes Navy Federal will audit the accounts. So that's why you want to make sure that you never buy a referral from people. You should only be referred by people that you actually know and that are affiliated in the military. And again, you need to be aware of your credit situation before you do any of this. So this is why it's so important to do the pre-approval process so that you know where you stand. Once you know where you stand, then it's totally up to you to do the pledge loan as just a way of kind of fast tracking your way to, maybe a 40-point increase, 50-point increase. I've seen people actually get like a 70-point increase over the next few months when they did this hack. So it's going to vary for everyone based on, different spending habits and how responsible you are with actually paying the loan down. But let me know in the comments if you've ever done this, and, I want to hear your success stories. And until the next time, I will see you in the next video. Bye.